just hope this actually gives me full health back. And nope, it doesn't. You guys see right there? That's what I'm talking about. That's gonna be kind of a problem. Oh boy. You're gonna see why that kind of matters. You wanna know why? We have the Cyclops again. Those warhogs are nothing to worry about. Although I do find that tossing into the Cyclops is a great option. Come here, buddy! Does a lot of damage. Of course, if the Cyclops grabs one, then it's useless. You can't just kill them normal by grabbing them. But I find this works. No! Why did you aim at the other warthog? I think there's only a limited amount of warthogs though. That's a problem. Come here. Great. This fight, in my opinion, this is another real challenge. And this is, honestly, in my opinion, one of the hardest early game fights. I wouldn't say maybe for this point in the game, it's probably the hardest fight. Especially since I've run out of warthogs. You should be almost dead soon. Unfortunately, now we have two of them. I don't know why the other one took some time. Now, these Cyclops are kind of fast, so I'm not really sure what kind they are, but I do know that bloom combos work pretty well. The grab isn't that bad, but it does, you saw he was trying to swipe me, it's worth noting that, honestly, that grab is actually one of the few attacks that will go through Rage of the Titans. Oh god, I'm trying to get some magic. That was my first hit, actually. Not bad. I find that Rage of the Titans also does work pretty well, but I don't think there's really any strategy here. Except, you know, you saw there that while I was doing Kronos' Rage, I got stability frames. Probably stop being so aggressive now. Besides that, there's not really much else to this fight. Just watch it. As you can guess, none of the Cyclops attacks are even pocketable. I do think that stop attack sets you into hit stun though, and makes you want them to pretty much anything else they'll do. I think they might call them block things. Come on. Also, whenever they do a circle prompt, you can get some extra hits in, but just make sure you can actually get some of those hits off that you can get to the circle prompt. That's one Cyclops down. Not bad. Of course, you might have level 3 Blades of Athena at this point, so if you do, use your Rage of the Titan, not Rage of the Titan, Spirit of Hercules. Pretty much decimates them. This one should almost be dead, thankfully. Oops, I don't know why I pressed select. Unfortunately, we're just short rate. Spirit of Hercules. I'm gonna see if there's any other chests first before I go back to that. Still, that went pretty well. I probably should remember that was actually coming up and that there wouldn't be any magic chests and not gone magic crazy in that fight with... One of those things, Wraiths? And save some of it. I don't really have a strat for that per se, except the thing for Warthogs. Almost there to magic. That's not. I'll take it. that up there. Oh, can't jump there for some reason. And also, that little exploding thing down there, we can't do anything about it just yet. Don't bother, it'll actually kill you instantly on all difficulties if you do anything with it, I think. Or just do a hell of a lot of damage. Not much just to this area, though. Nothing at all, actually. Let's just grab this health chest first, and then if... Actually, no, I can leave it. I don't really need the extra magic. It's just a tiny bit. I can get that from some random enemy. So there's some giant tower protruding out of the ground. Can't tell what it's really shaped like. It looks a little curved and stuff. We are in the Bog of the Forgotten now, and I believe, yes, you can kill those. I wonder, I mean... You know what, let's level this up, actually. This will be fairly useful. Yeah, we're not gonna have that for some time. So, I'm gonna pretty much go for level 3 blades as soon as I can. It'll be some time though, but hey, this will come in handy. It's our first upgraded magic and stuff.
Hidden deep within the spire lie the sisters. They control the threads of fate. Gain control of your thread, and you will be able to return to the moment when Zeus betrayed you.
Okay, so we can't go after those chests then. You might recognize this fellow, actually, from some of Kratos' flashbacks in the first God of War. But this quick time event, it's fairly simple. A few button presses, one rotation, and I don't think you die instantly, you take damage, but you will get healed here, as you saw.
By the gods, it is true. I have fought my way through the guardians of Hades and crawled my way out of the fires of torment to change my fate. And for my efforts, the sisters shine their light upon me, delivering the very object of my vengeance, Kratos. The servant of Ares. Do you remember that day, Spartan? I will never forget that day. This time, Ghost of Sparta, I will have your head.
That's the Barbarian King, people. Yes, the same one that's kind of responsible for everything bad in Kratos' life. Sort of. He has those arrow shots he will trot randomly. I like getting right near him, and then getting in some Kronos' Rage here and there, because as you see, you will get magic after you deal enough damage to him, and it's pretty good. I don't think he can actually hit me from him back and forth, but I'm just blocking me safe. I find that you could probably actually get a few Rage of the Titans hits in if you're decent enough. This This is actually why I upgraded Kronos' Rage. I didn't really use it in my first walkthrough, but it worked. But it's working pretty well now. That went pretty quick. And that's just phase 1. We're now in phase 2, where the Barbarian King is just gonna do some random crap for a while before he actually leaves. You can get in those hits, which, as you can see, they're not adding up to anything, but they are giving me Rage of the Titans. Rage of the Titan refill. Now he has these barbarians, and just use Circle to kill them. They're not worth killing in either way. They can actually grab you, though. It doesn't damage you, but I think it's kind of better than you grabbing them, because I think they will actually give out health orbs. Not that much, but something. And also, when he comes out of the ground, that is actually a hitbox. So beware. This is also the other reason why I recommend using Kronos' Rage in the beginning, because the magic, you're seeing my magic thing build up pretty fast, even by Titan standards. And also my Rage of the Titans is also getting refilled fairly decently, if I do say so.
No.
Like, I had barely enough to even use it. And now I've got almost enough to spare. And that was the boat captain from the first God of War. I don't know why he's there, but that's Santa Monica giving you guys some good humor. Now here, I do not have a strategy. I just pretty much get in back of him and do some standard combos. And that's about it. I use Kronos' Rage to avoid the hammer strikes. That's all I really got. I do not have anything for this phase. As you can, I've seen a lot of people actually struggle doing it, and it is hard. That's probably the hardest phase, but thankfully, Kronos' Rage came in such good handy. That's why I upgraded it. And then here, there's nothing else you can really do. If he's gone balls out, you have no reason not to. Just use your Rage of the Titans and hope for the best, really. And we got this quick time event. Now we're gonna beat him with his own hammer. That 4th phase is very intimidating because of how he's now going balls out, but it's really the 3rd phase because I don't really have much of a strategy. That one where you're getting back to him, that, I've never seen that done perfectly, honestly. I never have. Besides that, you can get in some pot shots with Typhon's Bane. I actually do think that's not a bad idea. And so on. Or just like really use the range of the Phoenix Blades to your advantage. And that's really about it. Now we have the Barbarian Hammer, strongest weapon in the game. We're gonna get a couple other alternate weapons including hopefully the Blade of Olympus back in our grasp. Now, honestly, I probably would have actually leveled up Athena's Blades if I had enough experience. I was barely short of it, and because of that I figured, well, I'm going to probably need Kronos more. And as you guys saw, it did pretty damn well on him. I would personally recommend upgrading Kronos' Rage for that fight alone. It's worth it. And even then, you guys are going to see I'm going to use it a lot. But it's a pretty decent boss fight. That's the last we'll see of him. I have to admit, I think it would have made a lot more sense for the Barbarian King to appear in the first God of War than this game. I don't know, it kind of fits with the whole thing of undoing a mistake, and that was Troll's experience. Thanks. Still in that part of the game, then I actually didn't even know that. Anyway, beyond that, we pretty much gotta make our way back to that part of the Fates, actually, of the island. We got more of those warthogs. It's also worth noting most boss fights will actually refill all of your health with magic, and most of the time, your Rage of the Titans. I say most of the time because some don't. Whoa. Temple of Urael. Sister of Medusa, who we killed in the first game. I would assume she's understandably upset about the death of her. As I was saying, Urael is she the younger or older sister? There is a I actually don't know, but I do know they have a fairy sister named Sephno. She's not appeared in the series yet, actually, which is very surprising.
You! Warrior! Help me! Help me!
He can't juggle, clearly. That's why he's actually getting mauled by those things. I don't know what these things are called, but I know that juggling them works pretty well. I think they're like Cyclops summoners or something. But they don't actually summon Cyclops this time. But I know that Circle does pretty much do a number of them, as you're going to notice. And there we go. There's a multitude of ways you can either juggle them or just do your aerial tricks. Oh, he doesn't throw them onto the ground. Huh. No one didn't give experience? Barbarian Hammer. Pretty useful. We got that overhead triangle strike. This square combo, that's okay-ish. That shockwave attack, that you do L1 a triangle, and then you do L1 in the air for it. You hold on L1, and then press square, you do that. Yes, you can see it's a very powerful but slow weapon. Its range is, I guess, okay. Not like the Blades of Athena. One cool thing you can do, though, is you can cancel all the lag and also get out of an attack by using Typhon's Bane. And then do it over and over. It's pretty awesome, in my opinion. It does a great number on a lot of enemies and bosses. And you guys all saw this coming. You can also use L1 to cancel it. But oh, turn him to stone, turn him to stone, turn him to stone! Yeah! One thing to know about the Barbarian Hammer, though, is when you have to quick and you kill enemies normally, like without circle, you actually will get Titan Orbs, the Gold Orbs, but also, you won't get as much experience. It's a trade-off. So you should probably weaken enemies and then kill them outright with your Blades of Athena. But as you can see, it's very powerful. You're gonna notice that with Athena's blades, it takes a lot longer, a little bit. It's because I already had them weakened with the Barbarian Hammer. And these guys don't even give that much experience, so getting the circle kill is probably the best idea. So we've got to find a way into Urael's temple. As you can guess, using the juggling them is a bad idea because of how they'll shatter on the ground and then come up after a while. Oh, you can actually hit them when they're in bone form. I never knew that. But as you saw there, Athena's blades took a lot longer to kill the bones than the Barbarian Hammer. We're gonna get a few other weapons, as I've said. There's also this hidden chest. Morgan Eye. I'll come back for this late. Is there anything here? Yeah, I'll get some health. We're not really gonna come back to this area anyway, so why?